Hey peeps, and a happy new year to all you awesome people out there. Today,
we're going to talk about base layers, especially because here in the UK, it is still going to be cold for 3 months.
Yes.
At least 3 months, especially in the mornings. And base layers are really, really important. And not just in winter, pretty much all year round. Let's get into why. So, Gemma, what do you normally do to keep warm in winter?
I stay in bed.
Okay, that is a very, very good idea. However, if you want to stay warm on a bike, the place to start is with what you're wearing underneath.
A base layer.
A base layer, and a pretty much very big no-no when it comes to base layers, especially in winter, is
Cotton.
T-shirt, stuff like that. Actually quite good at keeping you warm, but they don't wick away sweat. So as soon as it starts to get damp, then you've got a problem, which is why it is best to go with something like these. So think about your kind of man-made fibres, your kind of polyesters and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously we have this merino wool, which is a natural, yes, but it's a natural fibre that wicks away dampness.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is basically where we start. And we are kind of like looking at winter here.
Yes, it's freezing.
It really is. Now these, again, like we were saying earlier, these are for winter. So let's just say, for example, that with these specific ones here, if you got into summer, probably not the best to wear. You're going to probably get too warm. So unless you're like 100 years old still riding and are permanently freezing, these would best be avoided in winter. But you have some different options here. So here we've got the Ruka, and it's a twin pack.
Yeah.
So it's top and bottoms, saves you money buying it. And I like this stuff because it's quite thin. It's the man-made fibres. But then we get to the merino wool. We've got one here and then one here, and that is with Outlast.
Yes.
Okay, now you were going to say something about merino wool, weren't you?
Yeah, so some people can't wear the wool, can
That's
they?
true.
So.
And some people find it itchy, and some people might have like some kind of physical reason why they don't get on.
But it's a natural product, isn't it?
And it is a natural product. Yes, you're absolutely right. This one interests me because it comes with Outlast.
Yeah, I have.
We've worn plenty of stuff with Outlast. So not only is it you've got the wool that wicks away sweat and all the rest of it.
And this is woven in.
Yes, actually woven into the wool. And the Outlast helps regulate temperature.
Yeah.
So actually, if you're probably going to wear any of these going into, say, spring when it starts to warm up a bit, that might be a better option if you're all cool with wool.
Oh, yeah.
Personally speaking, I like these ones. But that's just me. And that's just winter. But as we said, at the end of the day, in summer, too hot.
So here we basically have the base layers that you can wear all year round, yes?
See what you did there. Yes, that's correct. All year round. So, for example, we've got a short sleeve here, we've got a long sleeve here, and it's also worth saying that whilst we're showing you kind of tops, there's always bottoms to go with the tops. Okay, so we're showing you tops here, but there are other boxes with bottoms in, and like you saw before, some come in a twin pack. Yes, you're right, because these are breathable, but they all can also help regulate your temperature, so you won't get too hot. You won't get too cold. They can be worn at any times, especially during summer. You know, as you know, like, so for example, when you've got leathers on.
Oh yes, leathers. So I have seen a couple of people struggle to get out of their leathers. Now I thought to myself, is it really that difficult? I had a base layer on and I didn't find it that difficult.
No, literally.
But if you don't wear a base layer, yeah, I can see the struggle.
Yeah, if you don't wear a base layer and you've got leathers on, you can get a bit stuck. You put a base layer on and you just a zip, woof, gone. No struggling, no asking people to pull your arms, none of that, straight off. And that is the great thing about base layers. I never used to wear them. I always used to wear nothing under my leathers, basically. And then I started wearing these and oh my God, what a difference. And I'll never, ever change. And this one here is a really cool one because it's basically the same as all this and it has like lots of functions and whatnot, but it has a wind stopper.
A wind stopper?
A wind stopper on the front. Well, you see, think about it this way, right? You're out on your sports bike or your naked bike, whatever. You've got your leathers on or you've got a mesh jacket.
I was about to say mesh jacket.
Mesh jacket, something like that. And the weather starts to get a bit colder or the wind picks up, even though it's summer or it's really early morning. That's what you want, because it can still regulate your temperature. You're not going to get too hot, you're not going to get too cold, but it will stop some of that wind chill.
Like it.
Genius.
Right, so you've got your base layer on. That's cool. So now we go for our mid layers.
Yes, this is an example. Smoothly done. This is an example of mid layers. I mean, obviously there are other kind of different mid layers, right?
Yeah.
Like you get in jackets, you might have a thermal lining.
Yes, which some of the jackets have it.
Yeah, and how do you find the thermal lining in some of your jackets?
All right.
Some good.
Some good, some bad. Well, not
Yeah.
bad. Some.
But have you thought sometimes, oh, maybe it's just not quite good, I might want to put a different
Yes.
jumper on? Okay, well
Yes.
that is what we're talking about here, the kind of
So
mid.
would you class this as a jumper?
Well, actually, something like this specific thing we're looking at, again, these are just examples, but
Yeah.
these Ruka items here can be worn underneath, say, a jacket if you've taken the thermal lining out. And then, you know what it is when you get where you're arriving, don't you?
Destination jacket.
No.
Oh.
Destination jumper.
Oh.
Exactly. So you can use these things. And look, some people are perfectly happy with the thermal linings in their jacket. Others aren't. But the whole point is, if you're trying to keep warm, then you want to give yourself the best chance you can get.
Right. So okay, you've got your base layer, and then you've got your mid layer.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Base layer, mid layer, and then whatever goes on top of that. But these aren't the only options to stay warm.
What are the other options?
Well, let's have a look.
So let's get down with another fine example of another mid layer.
Oh, okay.
See what I did there?
I do see what you did there. Very good. Yeah, these are both obviously slightly different brands, but they do the job. They do the same job a different way. And the big difference between these and what we looked at before is these are specifically designed to go under a motorcycle jacket.
Right.
I.e. the Rukas and the Halvarsons here. These are designed to fit, whereas what we showed before was stuff that can go under, but wasn't specifically designed to go under. And you've got your various, I mean, they're kind of windproof, and you've got your various, you can feel the down
Yeah.
in there,
I like
and
this.
that's all about trapping air. So once you've got it on, you know, all the air gets kind of trapped in. Oh, and it's all nice and warm. And there's various ways of keeping these up to spec as well. So even if they flatten down after a bit, you know, there are ways of repuffing the down so they can last ages. And of course, they roll up into tiny. You can get them into really small spaces. So if you're riding along, you're thinking, I'm a little bit hot. You can take it off, roll it up, pop it wherever you need to pop it. You know what these are, right?
Yes, destination jackets.
They are. These are your kind of the eponymous, or whatever you want to call it, destination jacket. And we know this well because we kind of use them.
We do.
And not just when we get to our destinations either. I walk the dog in mine. I just do everything. I pick the boy up from school in it, and which is why mine's slightly mucky because children, you know. But I do absolutely everything in it. And the fact of the matter is, right? Okay, so you can either buy these separately, or these will come with some jackets. Okay, in Bikerheadz range. If you wanted to go buy a nice down jacket in a walking shop.
No. That'd be well too expensive.
Exactly. It would actually be really expensive, and what you're essentially getting is the same quality.
Yeah.
So it's like a bargain
Bargain.
if you get the jacket and that. But the point of this isn't about the jackets. The point of this is about this is just a different way of having a mid layer. Some come with jackets, but if they don't, they are available, just like these ones.
So let's have a little summary about the base. Basey base.
Not all about the base. Yeah, basically, the important thing is like we're just wearing a base layer. Especially winter, spring, autumn, when it gets colder. The first thing you need to do to stay warm, you know, and that's if you're going short journeys or long journeys, is a base layer. And then, like you said, getting out of leathers and stuff in summer.
Yeah.
Again, a base layer. You don't want a winter base layer going on there, but some kind of base layer. I must admit, I'd never used to wear these base layers. And then something happened a few years ago while I was at Fast Bikes, and I just tried some, and I haven't stopped. I've probably been wearing base layers for 20 years now, and I don't think I can...
20 years?
Yeah, 20 years. I don't think I can change the way I work.
Okay.
So what have you found? Because you didn't start off with base layers, or did you?
No, I didn't start off with base layers. I started in the summer, so I was thinking, and then I got introduced to base layers, and I was like, okay, these aren't just
Yeah.
for warmth. They've got many different.
Yeah, and sometimes it helps with, depending on what jacket or trousers and stuff you've got, sometimes a base, you might have like a little seam somewhere in the trouser that just niggles at your leg. Put a base layer on, it goes.
I mean, for me, it was just struggling to get into some of the kit. Or out.
And don't forget socks.
Socks.
Obviously, as well, keep your feet warm. Okay, so we've got your kind of mid-season here, and you've got your summer there. Season. Yeah, actually, I can already see a pair of these on my feet when it comes to track days.
Okay.
Oh, pocket, lovely, and a biggie.
A massive biggie, the neckerchief.
Go on, tell them.
What am I telling them?
You're telling them that how much heat you lose through your neck.
Well, I'm sure. Well, yes. So you do lose a lot of heat out of your neck because of the arteries. I'm not going to go into the science of it because I don't know.
Me either. But when you've got a helmet on your head, obviously that will keeps your head warm. Ordinarily, if you're not wearing a helmet, a lot of heat escapes from the top of your body, including your head. But if you've got a really warm jacket on and a helmet on, but nothing here, what's going to happen?
You're going to lose your heat.
It's all going to escape from here. And that is why something like this is actually quite important as well. It gets all about the staying warm, and it starts right at your skin with the base layers.
With the base layer. So if you identify as a motorcycle rider, you will be able to buy any of these. If you identify as a microwave, probably not going to get one here.
No, I think maybe not.
But these can come in male and female.
Yeah, some are unisex.
Some are unisex.
Some are unisex. Some are. But the point is, there are so many different options. Okay, and there's many options for you to choose from. But like we said, this is the place where you start if you're going to keep warm. And where's the place where they start to go and find all of these options, Gemma?
Well, that'll be bikerheadz.co.uk. Base.